The dark truth about social media. Introduction. Over the past 2 decades, social media has transformed the way humans communicate, learn, and interact with the world. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube have connected billions of people across continents, cultures, and languages. What once required physical presence or expensive communication tools can now happen instantly with a tap on a screen. Families separated by thousands of kilometers can stay connected, creators can build global audiences, and ordinary individuals can share their voices with the world. On the surface, social media appears to be a revolutionary tool for connection, creativity, and opportunity. It allows people to discover new communities, build businesses, and learn from experts in almost any field imaginable. Students use it for education, entrepreneurs use it for marketing, and creators use it to express their talents. For many people, social media is an everyday part of life, something they check when they wake up, during breaks at work, and even before going to sleep. However, behind the convenience, entertainment, and connection lies a much more complicated reality. Social media platforms are not simply communication tools. They are massive technology ecosystems built around one primary objective: capturing and holding human attention. The longer users stay on a platform, the more advertisements they see, and the more profit the companies generate. This attention-driven business model has created a system where algorithms prioritize engagement over well-being. Content that provokes strong emotions, anger, outrage, fear, or excitement, tends to spread more quickly and widely. As a result, users often encounter posts designed to trigger emotional reactions rather than provide balanced information. While social media has undoubtedly created many positive opportunities, it has also introduced serious challenges. Issues such as addiction, misinformation, privacy invasion, mental health problems, and social polarization have become increasingly common in the digital age. Many people now spend several hours per day scrolling through feeds that are carefully engineered to keep them engaged. The dark truth about social media is that many of these systems are not designed primarily to improve users' lives, but rather to maximize engagement and profit. In doing so, they can subtly influence behavior, shape opinions, and even affect mental health. Understanding these hidden dynamics is essential in today's world. By examining how social media works behind the scenes, we can better understand its impact on individuals and society as a whole. This discussion will explore the darker side of social media, including the psychology behind its addictive design, its effects on mental health, the spread of misinformation, privacy concerns, and the broader social consequences of living in an algorithm-driven digital environment. The hidden design: why social media is addictive. One of the most powerful and often overlooked aspects of social media is how intentionally it is designed to keep users engaged. Many platforms rely on behavioral psychology to create features that encourage people to keep scrolling, tapping, and refreshing their feeds. Notifications, likes, comments, and shares all trigger small bursts of dopamine in the brain. Dopamine is a chemical associated with pleasure and reward. Each time someone receives a like or notification, their brain experiences a small reward, reinforcing the behavior that led to it. Over time, this can create a feedback loop that encourages users to return to the platform repeatedly. Features such as infinite scrolling and autoplay are specifically engineered to remove natural stopping points. In traditional media such as books or television shows, there are clear moments when a person might stop consuming content. On social media, however, new content loads automatically, creating a continuous stream that can keep users engaged for hours. Algorithms also play a crucial role in this process. Social media platforms analyze enormous amounts of user data, including what people watch, like, comment on, and share. Using this data, the algorithm predicts which content is most likely to capture a user's attention, and places it directly in their feed. This means that each user experiences a personalized digital environment, tailored to their interests, emotions, and behaviors. While this can make social media feel entertaining and relevant, it also makes it much more difficult to stop using. Over time, excessive social media use can begin to resemble addictive behavior. Many people feel compelled to check their phones constantly, even when there are no notifications. Some experience anxiety or discomfort when they are unable to access their accounts. This pattern is not accidental. The economic model of social media depends heavily on user engagement. The longer people stay on the platform, the more advertisements they see, and the more data the platform collects. In other words, social media companies profit directly from human attention. Mental health, and the pressure of online perfection. Another dark side of social media is its impact on mental health. While these platforms often showcase moments of happiness, success, and beauty, they rarely show the full reality of people's lives. Users tend to share carefully curated highlights, vacations, achievements, parties, and other positive experiences. When people compare their everyday lives to these polished images, they may begin to feel inadequate or dissatisfied. This phenomenon is known as social comparison. Humans naturally compare themselves to others, but social media amplifies this behavior by exposing users to hundreds or even thousands of carefully curated images every day. For young people in particular, this can create intense pressure to appear attractive, successful, and happy online. Filters, editing tools, and photo enhancements further distort reality by creating unrealistic standards of beauty. Over time, constant comparison can contribute to anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. Studies have suggested that heavy social media use is associated with increased feelings of loneliness, even though these platforms are designed to connect people. Ironically, spending more time on social media does not always make people feel more socially connected. In some cases, it can have the opposite effect. Instead of strengthening real-world relationships, excessive online interaction can replace face-to-face communication. This can weaken social bonds and reduce opportunities for deeper emotional connection. The spread of misinformation. Social media has also become one of the most powerful channels for spreading information and misinformation. Because content can be shared instantly with millions of people, false or misleading information can spread extremely quickly. In many cases, emotionally charged or sensational content spreads faster than factual information, because it provokes stronger reactions. Algorithms often prioritize posts that generate high engagement. Unfortunately, controversial or misleading content frequently generates more comments and shares than balanced or nuanced information. This creates an environment where misinformation can thrive. Rumors, conspiracy theories, and misleading headlines can circulate widely before fact-checkers have an opportunity to respond. The consequences can be serious. Misinformation can influence public opinion, affect elections, and shape how people understand important issues, such as health, science, and politics. For many users, it can be difficult to distinguish between reliable sources and misleading content, especially when posts are shared by friends or influencers they trust. Privacy and data exploitation. Another hidden cost of social media is the enormous amount of personal data that users provide, often without realizing it. Every interaction on a social media platform generates data. This includes posts, messages, likes, location information, browsing behavior, and even the amount of time spent looking at certain content. Companies analyze this data to build detailed profiles of users. These profiles can reveal interests, habits, preferences, and even aspects of personality. This information is extremely valuable for targeted advertising. Advertisers can deliver highly specific ads based on a user's behavior, demographics, and interests. While targeted advertising can make ads more relevant, it also raises important questions about privacy and data security. Many users are unaware of how much information they are sharing or how it may be used in the future. Data breaches, unauthorized access, and misuse of personal information are ongoing concerns in the digital age. Social polarization and echo chambers. Social media algorithms tend to show users content that aligns with their existing beliefs and interests. While this can make the platform feel more comfortable and engaging, it can also create echo chambers. In an echo chamber, users are primarily exposed to opinions that reinforce their existing views. Over time, this can make people less likely to encounter alternative perspectives. As a result, social media can contribute to increasing polarization in society. People may become more confident in their beliefs, while simultaneously becoming less tolerant of opposing viewpoints. Discussions online can quickly turn hostile, especially when anonymity and distance reduce the social consequences of aggressive behavior. This environment can make meaningful dialogue more difficult, and can deepen divisions within communities and societies. Conclusion. Social media has undeniably changed the world in powerful and lasting ways. It has enabled new forms of communication, created opportunities for creators and entrepreneurs, and allowed people to connect across vast distances. At its best, social media can be a tool for creativity, education, and community building. It can help individuals share their voices, learn new skills, and stay connected with friends and family. However, the darker aspects of social media cannot be ignored. The systems that power these platforms are built around maximizing engagement, often at the expense of users' well-being. Addictive design features, unrealistic portrayals of life, the rapid spread of misinformation, and concerns about privacy, all reveal the complex challenges of the digital age. This does not necessarily mean that social media is inherently harmful. Like many technologies, its impact depends on how it is used. Awareness is the first step toward healthier digital habits. By understanding how social media platforms operate, and recognizing the psychological mechanisms behind them, individuals can make more informed choices about their online behavior. Limiting screen time, verifying information sources, protecting personal data, and prioritizing real-world relationships can help reduce some of the negative effects associated with social media. Ultimately, the goal is not to abandon these platforms entirely, but to use them more consciously and responsibly. Social media should serve human needs rather than control them. The dark truth about social media is not simply that it has flaws, but that its design reflects a powerful competition for human attention. Recognizing this reality allows users to take back control of their time, focus, and well-being in an increasingly connected world.